Hi, welcome for our RTL online trainings and placements. So far in our previous sessions, we discussed about all these options. Now we are going to talk about the syllabus. What we are going to learn in supply chain management, what modules we are going to learn, what are different topics we are going to learn over here. So that's what we are going to discuss. Okay. So this is going to be our syllabus copy. So we are going to learn the following functional modules as well as technical also little bit required, but not coding. We are going to have some basic idea about the technical part. Here it is. Okay. So here product management, material management, nothing but inventory module. We are going to talk about product management means item management and then material management. Material or product all are same items only, but we will try to receive the item. Management is nothing but receive, issue, cancel, update, delete, insert, all are comes under management. So inventory model. Then we are going to talk about procurement. We talked about purchasing, self-service procurement, supplier portal, supplier qualification. This is all we are going to discuss about. And then order management, as I said, in order management, we'll have order management means sales, pricing, and costing and receipt accounting, cost accounting. This is all we are going to discuss. During this process, we need some basic information about general ledger, payables, and receivables to maintain all our procurement payments and sales receivables data. That's why we are going to learn basics of some finance, not in depth how to raise the invoice, how to create accounts, how to transfer accounts to GL. That's what we'll be discussing here. Okay. So end to end is inventory module, procurement module, order management module. These three modules we are going to discuss end to end implementation, and cost accounting and receipt accounting. We will be discussing how the accounting entries will be generated, that we are going to discuss, and the basics of financial, this accounting information. FSM end-to-end will be discussing approvals end-to-end, data migration, BI and OTBI, roles, securities, workflows, approval management, engine, value sets, flex fields, lookups. All these things we are going to discuss. Even though it is a technical, we don't have the coding anywhere except here in BI. Only in BI reports, we are going to write SQL queries. Okay. So that we don't need to worry about that SQL. We'll just have an idea what is SQL, what is BI report, how we can do that. That's what we are going to discuss, not more than that required for us as a functional consultant over here. It is. Okay. Remaining all we are going to discuss end-to-end process. That's a very high level. First, we'll be starting FSM. It's a basic introduction. In fact, tomorrow itself we'll be completing this task. It's very simple. Okay. Security console also is same. It comes under this. That itself will complete. Then enterprise structure. Then we'll start with the first module, inventory module. We'll be doing all inventory setups, whatever is required, material transfer, controls, inventory replenishment, min-max planning, counting, accuracy method, uh, cycle counting as well as manual physical counting, both will be doing. First module inventory. After that, we'll enter into procurement. We'll be doing all the procurement setups, approval, suppliers, supplier accounting transactions, transaction accounting builder, and creating new suppliers, confirmation receipts, approved supplier list, supplier portal, and self-service procurement, sourcing module, negotiations, awarding, all supplier qualification, this all will be discussing. That's our second module, procurement. End to end, we'll talk about the procurement process. How about order management module? In order management, we are going to have the complete order management setups, pricing setups, shipping setups, GOP setups, and also we'll talk about the shipping process, like when we are going to prepare the ATP rules available to promise, drop shipment, how we will go for configure, back-to-back orders, we'll be discussing because which are very, very important. Back-to-back order drop shipment and internal material transfer, internal orders, this all. We will have some basic idea about costing, not in depth. I cannot promise that I'll do it in depth of costing and as well as the receipt accounting. But whatever the topics I have mentioned here, I'll be able to deliver and do that setups. In fact, the costing which cannot learn in a single day. The moment when you start doing the things and prepare the transactions and generate the accounting entries, that will come with the experience. But I'll give the basic ground level how it can be done. Based on that, you can start building the steps on top of that. Okay, so that's about the cost management, receipt accounting, and BPM. Of course, we will be talking about business process management. BPM is one of the tool which we will be using to configure the approval processes across the supply chain management as well as financials. Also, we will be talking about end to end of the BPM process, how it can be done. Different approvals we'll be discussing, like supplier approval, requisition approval, purchase order approval. This is all we are going to see practically how the notifications can be done, how we can do it, workflow notifications, vacation rules, how it can be configured. We'll be discussing about that. As I said, when we are talking about the procurement, obviously we need payables, basic setups, procure to pay cycle, order to cash cycle. In cash means account receivables module, how we can perform the transactions and transfer all this, and then we will be able to perform all these areas accounting entries with a very basic level. Means we will just discuss the flow of those finance modules, not the setups of the finance modules. We don't enter into the setups. We'll just talk about only the flow of that module. That's sufficient for us. We don't need because our strength is expected from the supply chain management point of view, not from the finance point of view. And we'll have basic idea about the technical part, how to build the reports, how to upload the data migrations. This is all we are going to discuss. It's completely 2 months end-to-end process implementation. Whatever I'm going to give this training, if you are perfect theoretically and practically, then you will be able to apply with 4 to 5 years of experience in India. And whatever the setups I have done, if you are good in English and if you are able to present in front of the interviewer, you can easily clear the interviews with 4+ or 5+ experience as functional consultant, as an implementation consultant, or as a support. So we will be putting both implementation and support. In fact, my training will go ahead with as an implementation. And also I'll give you some support issues, what we have faced when we are working in the projects that. Okay, so this is about the syllabus of our Fusion applications, supply chain management. I'm going to keep these topics within the description. You can get it download over here and subscribe for this channel to get the latest about the cloud topics as well as the FAQs and interviews point of view, how we can clear the interviews. Regarding if you are looking for a placement after completion of this training, generally you can place yourself, but still if you are looking for a placement, please communicate with our coordinator to get into that. Okay, so this is about the syllabus copy which we have at summary level, very high level summary, and this is going to be detailed setups what we do one by one in this. When you go for an interview, the same way, if they ask us, can you tell me what you have done in inventory module last 4 years? You are telling that you have 4 years of experience in inventory module and you're involved in 2 implementations and 2 supports. Can you tell me what exactly you have done? So the same topics what I have mentioned here that you can go for explain. I worked as an implementation consultant in 2 projects. I involved in the implementation of inventory setups like creation of locations for inventory, setting up inventory calendar like facilities, and setting up UOM conversions, configuration of catalogs, categories, and configuration of sub-inventories, and testing of all material transactions like miscellaneous transaction, sub-inventory, movement request, inter-arc, direct and in transit, and also completely involved end-to-end in cycle counting as well as in physical counting. Configure the planning setups for min-max with sub-inventory, with inventory, and with supplier sourcing with in-transit transfer order. Like that, we are going to explain whatever we have done in our syllabus, in our training. The same thing we'll do it in the project also. In the project also, we'll do in the same sequence of order. But in our training, we'll be doing 1 or 2 transactions. You will be doing hundreds of transactions when you are working in the projects. That will be the difference. For example, we'll create an item in our training, maybe 5 items or 10 items we'll create and we'll perform the transactions against the item. But when you are working in the real time, when you are working with your client will give you some 5,000 items. Can you load it? and test it. Then we'll be doing that also. Okay. So once you are clear with the base and the product and the concept, then you will be able to perform all these transactions over here. It is. Okay. Thank you. This is about the supply chain management syllabus. Thank you.